one day away from the official start to summer, and as we get ready for the hot, hot heat, we're going to cool down with some ice, ice, baby. Here with the lesson on ice, Shoana Jensen. All right, let us start with the basics. Give us Ice 101.
Okay. I worked for many, many, many years in hospitality and cocktails and beverages and all that. And one of a comment I heard constantly was that restaurants put too much ice in the drinks and they're ripping us off.
Yes.
Okay. Spoiler alert, they're not, okay? It's all on purpose. I get it, because there's so much ice in it, that means there's less liquid of whatever beverage you're paying for in the glass. But it's priced accordingly for that amount of liquid to be in the glass already with an abundance, if not totally full of ice.
Okay, so they're charging you for 3 ounces of whatever.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So it's on purpose. But they're also not only, you know, doing that because they're not trying to rip you off, they're actually serving you a good drink, because for most people, there's going to be someone who prefers, you know, room temperature drinks and things like that, and you know, you do you. But the most pleasurable drink, the most enjoyable drink is a very cold drink, whether that's a cocktail or pop or water or whatever it is. Think of like that shaken martini, you know what I mean? You want to get that really cold. That's the reason behind it.
Okay.
So to get it really cold, here's the bit of the science part. Within the glass, whatever is the greater mass is what the temperature of the beverage, in this case, will become. Okay. So, a few ice cubes, really cold. We're going to pour in some room temperature water in this case.
Okay.
Because there's more water than there is ice. It's going to melt the ice. I can see it's melting already.
Yep.
It's going to melt the ice extremely quickly, so that ice will not cool off the water in this case.
It's also going to water down your drink.
It will water down your drink. You're absolutely right. Excellent point. Where if we start with a glass with a ton of ice in it, we put in much less room temperature liquid, this case again water.
Yeah.
The ice will stay much more in form, so as ice for much longer, and it will cool the liquid. It won't freeze it, but it'll bring it into a much colder temperature, which again is the more enjoyable drink.
Therefore giving you a better drink. So no one's trying to rip you off.
No, and when you're making cocktails or making lemonade at home and stuff, fill that ice up there, because it is much more palatable, much more delicious cold.
Beautiful. Yeah. Okay, so now let's talk about making the ice.
So making the ice. So spheres is a very popular, those big solid circles.
Yeah.
They're really well known in the whiskey world, or sipping drinks, sipping tequilas, things like that.
Yeah.
You can get all sorts of molds out there. I recommend not getting the hard plastic ones, the ones that are really hard. You're going to look for a mold that is made of a soft silicone, because they hold better. This is my actual one from my house that I like, and it's fully silicone. Here's why I like it. You fill up the bottom with, you know, water, obviously, to make ice, or not obviously. You can fill it. Listen, if you're drinking lemonade, make your ice out of lemonade, and then it won't, and then water it down. So you do you. You put the top on it, and the silicone does a seal. Silicone seals really, really well.
Okay.
You just fill up the tops with the water, so it creates that sphere, and you put them in the freezer, and they'll be that full circle, and the water won't leak out. I find the hard ones don't seal properly.
I like that you can top it up. You can top it up.
You can top it up.
Because it's got a little hole. I often wondered what those were for. That's smart.
That's why. And you can buy these anywhere. These are not hard to find, 6, 4, whatever size.
Cool.
Then there's fun ones like this mold. This one makes roses.
Oh, that's
little
pretty.
Flowers, roses.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Like how sweet if you're having like a sweet little like a baby shower or a tea or something, or just
any kind of event.
Just for you on a Saturday in your lemonade.
Why not?
Now these molds are very flimsy, so that's why it's on a plate. You fill it with water, and it has to go on a plate in a freezer.
Okay, good to know.
We've got molds like these long skinny ones. These are really terrific for putting in water bottles. If your favorite water bottle is a very small hole, now they're skinny, so you want to put a lot of them in, or else they'll melt quick, right?
Okay.
And then of course these are the cubes. These are 2-inch by 2-inch cubes. They're basically the same concept as the spheres, but they're square, so whatever floats your boat. But I got this one at Dollarama, and it's one of my favorite ice cube trays I've ever had, because the bottom is silicone, so you push the bottom and the cube just pops right out.
Oh, I love that.
I know, they just
remember
come out with so
growing
many
up
great
when my
things.
parents weren't home, my sister and I would take the not looking like this tray out and do this. And we do it as many times as it took to break up the ice. My parents would have killed us if they knew we were doing that. But like to get it out is so hard.
Totally.
Okay, so if you're an ice aficionado and you want an ice machine,
or
you brought a couple in.
Or an entertainer, whether you have lots of the kids at the pool, or you're having dinner parties or cocktail parties, whatever. There are amazing ice machines out for the home now that are just, as you can can see countertop.
Yeah.
Both of these ones I tested it and I found them to work amazing.
Good.
They're both made by Frigidaire. This is their ice machine that makes 2 different size cubes.
Okay.
I'll scoop some of them out here. And they've actually got a cool shape, but I like them because they're quite big. I'll hold one of them up here.
That's good.
They're big, and they're kind of a bullet shaped in a sense, like domed.
Yeah.
But they come in 2 sizes, and that's the big one. And it works really, really quick. Like the full thing, and the full thing, like you pull out this basket, you can dump it and get it to keep making more, and just put this in your freezer to keep it going all the time.
And you just have buckets and buckets of ice that you can put aside instead of buying it by the
and there was
bag.
like 9 cups of water, I think, and I put in there, and it took 2 hours to do the whole 9 cups. Like really quick.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now this one's very fabulous and very fancy. It's the Frigidaire Crunchy Chewable Nugget Ice Maker.
Is that the title?
Woo!
Crunchy chewable nuggets.
You can't chew the ice as you're saying the name of it.
Yes.
But it is fabulous. For starters, I love the color.
Yeah.
But this nugget ice and the chewable ice, as you can see there, it's very trendy and very hot right now. And it's great for everything from pop to drinks to cocktails. It's very Instagram friendly. They're doing all of that.
And it's delicious.
And it's delicious. And again, that's Frigidaire. Yeah.